Alright guys, welcome back to another video. In case you didn't notice, last weekend we didn't put a video up. You might be asking, why didn't we put a video up? Well, I'll tell you why. I had a real bad breakdown on the skidder and just so busy trying to get everything together with it. And we had a big lumber sale there to the mill, so I didn't have much time to put a video together. But I'm going to put a video together today about repairing this skidder. So last week I was bringing the skidder over, and I don't know if you can tell or not, but that's a pretty steep little hill right there. Anyway, come off that hill, and I mean, I didn't have nothing. It was just took off on me, and this old skidder don't have very good brakes. So I finally got the blade down and got her stopped, and we thought it was going to be a transfer case issue, but we pulled the seat out and we found this U-joint yoke. I'm trying to not get my hands dirty. Anyway, as you can tell, that's not supposed to look like that. So then the journey to find that part was on, and with a little internet sleuthing we found something that matched it, but there was some more problems that went with it. So y'all watch the video. It could have turned out a lot worse than it did. Not thinking quick, you could just panicked and went flying down the hill and crashed and burned. But we didn't. We got her stopped and we got her going. We hauled a load out of here today with it, and we're gonna go back to the mill and saw it up. So I'll see y'all later.
So when was it? A week ago? No,
No, it was Friday,
Tuesday, Wednesday,
whenever it was.
Anyway,
One of them days. Monday.
Won't you tell what happened?
No, you go ahead.
So anyway, Dwight's bringing the old skidder over, come off that little grade there, little hill, and all of a sudden he didn't have no transmission, didn't have nothing, and so he had to catch himself with a blade, which is nothing unusual, but he got that handled. And come find out, we thought we had messed up maybe the transfer case. On inspection, we found this yoke. That's a brand new one, but that yoke had busted at the keyway, and so that's what was messed up on us. So we found it, got it from online, iron something or another, and got it in today, and the only difference is this U-joint that's on there uses this U-bolt to hold. Well, it's not drilled out. Should be drilled out to go in like that to hold the U-joint. But we got done a little bit of research, got online and found some local hardware or auto parts store in Mountain View had the straps that actually will work for this. We're finding that we got some needles messed up on our U-joint, but we could probably get by a day or two. I think we got some rain coming, so. And as always, if you're a logger or sawmiller, you know you need to work. So we're gonna try to get this tightened up and buttoned up, and hope that there's not something inside the transfer case that broke that. But anyway, that's where we're at.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how tight you want this?
Just getting tight. I think because it's if you over tighten it, I think you can do the same thing that we just had happen.
Okay. Oh, what's hand tight right there? Is that good enough?
No.
Okay.
Find it. I'd say that's good enough.
Okay.
You grunted a little bit, didn't you?
Yep. Might have been just for show.
It might have been. So let's take that out of gear. There's another needle right there. See it?
Yeah.
That look like it's full. Looks
No.
like you need about one more.
That doesn't look normal.
Well, that's war.
What is it?
That's your pin. That's where it connects.
Oh.
Yeah, there's no doubt that's war. No doubt about it, Duke. Just needs one. Let's say it's one. Sounds good.
I was about to say, that don't sound healthy.
Take that thing out of gear. Back that way.
It sounded dirty. You want me to hold it still or?
I don't know.
That looks better.
Come this way. Where's your kid at?
Should be like right there. It was with everything. It's still in the box.
You want to keep this thing under control for now.
Yeah, with a Moog part.
NASCAR.
Oh, it does say NASCAR on it now.
Yeah.
It'll up our productivity by at least 20% just because it says NASCAR on it.
NASCAR.
Ooh. Might pick up a sponsorship from Moog.
That'd be alright.
We'd have to be able to look up if it's two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, though.
Ain't that something? So I don't know if you've ever had to order parts for something that wasn't a car nowadays. But since you don't have the old... I'm sure in some places you still have the farm part stores. But most of them, you go in and you try to get a, say a U-joint for a 1977 Tree Farmer C5D. And they'll punch some keys on their computer and then they'll look at you and they'll say, it don't list that. And I always say, well, didn't expect it to. But it's a common fact that all these Skidder parts at some point, more than likely, we're on a Dodge, a Chevy, a Ford, something. Jeep. Most likely, it's on those two. And if you can get somebody to look for you, which is hard to do, we find that most of the time, if we'll do the research, it's smaller than that. It's like a 3/8 or 5, 6 inch. But if we'll do the research and kind of find a part that actually, so on our 90 Ford F900, they didn't make a lot of them F900s, or it doesn't seem like they did. Alternator went out on it. Wink, wink. And so we need a new alternator for it. Ended up being like what, Dwight, a 60 something
Ford Mustang.
Ford Mustang.
Oh yeah.
And once I got people to looking for that Mustang alternator, it all worked. But to get them to look for it on for that particular old truck, because it's a 90, 91 model, no, wasn't gonna happen. So anyway, we did the research, and I can't tell you what car this goes on, but our parts people were good enough to listen to me for a minute to get the specs. And we actually took the new yoke in, and we got us some, I think they call them U-joint caps or something like that. Straps, I think. I'm gonna put that in gear, bud. U-joint straps.
Turn it till it goes in gear. There you go.
So, anyway, y'all comment down there in them comments that Dwight's always talking about. Tell us about the parts you have to look for, finagle around and get. It's pretty wild on this logging stuff, especially when it's older than, well, this one in particular is about 20 something years older than Dwight, so
yeah. Didn't the clutch on this thing, the clutch pressure plate, come out of like an international truck?
Combine.
Yeah.
At least that's what the box said we finally got. And luckily we got a hold of somebody that knew, that was familiar on that. They knew exactly what we had. If you can find somebody that deals with it a lot, I mean, most of the time they'll tell you exactly what it is. And honestly, if they're anywhere close on their prices, I try to buy it from them, because if they going to take the time to keep up, I want them to stay in business. I'll pay them a little more. That old socket ain't very good. I'm not going to get carried away with that.
So we're going to put the seat back in here and start it up and see if it'll move?
Can you grease it? Can you grease it with the seat in?
No.
It won't take long to do it. But what we can do is we can put that old battery back up in here and we can see if this is the only problem. That won't hurt.
All right, I'll go get it. We'll walk around on the other side of it. Better place to film. Don't get caught up in that drive shaft.
Well, I shouldn't.
Do what?
This is it. It wants to turn them wheels.
Yeah.
As much as I'm going to do without a seat.
Yeah.
I believe that was your main problem.
Well, good. That was far less of a pain in the butt and less expensive than I thought it would be turning in that transfer case.
Yeah, that would have been, well, it is fun. I've done it before. This whole thing just needs a good rebuild budget. And one to give it a rest while it gets redone.
We probably just need to see if we can straight across for one of them new 548s with cab and AC.
Is it a 548Z now? Is that where they're at?
Just shit, might as well be as far back as they go. With
Zillion
that.
for zillion dollars?
Yeah.
Well, that'd be nice. But Lord, there ain't enough wood in the state to pay for that.
No, especially not with them putting quotas on the staves.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna hurt a lot of people.
Sure will.
But I mean, at least they didn't do it in July. You know, at least it's going into the slow part of the year for them.
Yeah. If it happens to rain though, it'll turn around pretty quick. Just got to rain enough to keep them out of them bottoms.
Yeah.
That's what hurts.
Yeah, that's up here for sure.
Them old boys, they turn and burn. I sure was relieved of that part.
Yeah. I don't know why it was so cheap.
Well, I sure am glad it was. I'll get the iron metal or something like that. Iron steel or I don't know.
Maybe it's on the box.
But appreciate them. They were prompt. And, look at the shipping.
That's what I'm trying to do.
It's on.
Iron Wing Sales.
Iron Wing Sales. They had old parts and very affordable. So
Yep.
we try to shop local when we can. We called local folks and they said it'd be about 10 times what we got this one for shipped to the house. And it would be 2 weeks.
Yep.
So you kind of got to do some math there and find out your real cost on that one. But it would be expensive. Be down for 2 weeks and pay 10 times the price.
Yeah, I can't do that.
So anyway, thank you. Iron Wings, right?
Yeah, Iron Wing
Appreciate it.
Sales LLC.
Yep. Got lots of old parts apparently. We got iron wings to fly with and NASCAR banners.
Mm-hmm.
Be unstoppable, man.